sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirror.
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the—
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry. Huh?
What's happening? I'm fine, thanks.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Accelerating.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there some—
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I've developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs under.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back. By the way, do you—
I believe today—
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes.
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving? That's right! Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice. Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place. Then be sure to come back and visit.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure.
Well, you actually agreed. No.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Mirror is finished. That's the end of another— We should probably go report to him now. Next up— You're going to see Monsieur Nervillette? Please pass on our kind—
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the—
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the
Accelerating.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apology.
Excuse me. Would you mind?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my...
Everyone's so busy.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent... In the meantime, please, have a seat.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his...
All right. That should...
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
A map.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tivat.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he... Yes? What is it?
Ah, right! Paimon felt it too! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular... The source of the tremor was here on the surface.
The water levels rose? Oh no! What
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole... If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal area. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
Oh no! Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's... We haven't seen a single soul all the way here.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's...
Just stay put! We're coming up! Watch your balance!
Help! I'm not young.
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg. How could this have happened? It hurts.
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as...
Yes. As you can see, the water level's
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to...
He's wounded?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof.
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor.
Understood. I'll take over his search...
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
This situation?
Right. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperate. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but the water that flooded the area contained No one knows if this could happen again.
How awful.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that...
Is there any way we can help now?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much...
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
Sorry. I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while.
Okay. The wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you. Accelerating. Accelerating. Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver, they won't ever come back here again. What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just... gone. I just can't...
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Julianne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you. very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter, but that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like—
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that
So, you're one who will try to change—
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in— Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming— My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck.
So that's why the Fatui were all—
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to— Linny told me that outside of the house, which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they can—
Oh! That's so—
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family—
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right?
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins?
Well, I'm sad, yes. But there's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's... Besides, I'm also doing this for my...
Since you put it that way, I have no objection. All right. The ruins are to the south of...
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on! So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about?
They seem to be pretty ancient all...
Let's go in and have...
Just be careful. Accelerating. Installation chamber.
Time to...
Scatter! Boba, get them!
Cleanup sequence initiated. Body and mind.
Watch it! The floor here isn't safe!
Defensive mode engaged. Rain outlines your fate.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial...
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be any help for... Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not safe.
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll... That complicates things.
In that case, do you want to wait for us?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now, then. Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
Accelerating. Wait, there's something wrong with this bridge!
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't...
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Malus.
Yes, it would appear...
That's quite possible. However, you were...
Oh, right. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. This is a familiar feeling.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. I was just trying to recall why we came.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who...
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right.
Oh? Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor, Obina, was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to call...
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it?
Oh, yes. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little
Did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much. I'll certainly take...
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of...
Very well.
Wait. Excuse me, madam. If...
That's right.
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar. I've heard this name before. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle.
Huh? We do?
Well, now, did...
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House.
My trial? Wait.
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time.
Oh?
Look, it's Navia! She's here!
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be all Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. And as for the judge... huh?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I...
All right. But are you
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but...
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have
Enough with the whispering! Could
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor. That after you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need, not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rasula fought for the well-being...
Wait a moment. Aren't...
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand... We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so... Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty.
Huh? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown.
Oh, well...
How wonderful!
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now.
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here for...
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's good...
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the...
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as...
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul... Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. And in the end, now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and...
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You! Have you forgotten how much you all want...
Do you mean to defy our...
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And that is how we will
My head...
Demoiselle!
Silver, it hurts. My head is... I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to...
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority.
Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss Navia!
Silence!
That's...
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you... The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any
Our thanks, monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place.
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be...
Malus. Silver.
Quickly, you must come.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive.
It looks like you're all...
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare?
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second. But were it not for their intervention, I would not...
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me.
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right.
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about.
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over?
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her...
No way! Don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot...
Oh, and the Duke also says hi! Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is...
He still doesn't know what to talk about. So, Neuvillette. This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else.
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins...
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
Oh, another one goes to the party! Let's keep doing this!
Annihilation mode.
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
Ultimatum protocol.
Yeah.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden space.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates? It seems like they were...
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the...
The surrounding walls also.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dic...
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does...
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same.
And is that Lady Farina in the 3rd image?
And is that a ring of people around him?
The 4th image. I know this one.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will... More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates...
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at the... This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the...
I really...
Still, Paimon feels like these...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before...
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the 3rd image. That means that the person...
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does... The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies.
Did she herself commit that sin? And also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents...
But who would have created these slates and...
It seems that any further clues will have to come from...
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know...
You still have energy for that, Navia?
Just head back to the Fluvsandre and have a rest then.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about... I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will...
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that...
She has long been harboring secrets, and will not give them up easily. Which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. Yep.
I will be carefully considering my words.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fluvsandre is always open. All right.
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you.
Yay! And there's good food too! Navi, no. Ooh, dessert. Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it...
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just...
Still, we didn't expect to see you here.
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I... Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means...
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your...
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to... Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegist.
Whoa, that's a long one.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great...
Thrice as great?
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but once she...
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname.
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontainian.
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornman-Port.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be...
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circular... The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected...
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way...
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine. Even that, I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and...
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. Huh? All right, I'll help you.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing at...
Oh, well, this is something only I can...
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people...
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's any...
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive an...
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. If Paimon hadn't spoken for you, it'd be you getting all the weird looks. That's more like it. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of... But it's time to get up, traveler. We...
You're here!
Is something...
Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Farina, they seem...
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is... It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you look at this. This is a list of the...
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster. And I will not. I will say this once more. You must tell... Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know, but you found them in some...
That's correct. Which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different... The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if
I don't. I've never...
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no... My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. I understand your concerns, but...
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various... There are several indications that you have been investigating. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's... You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet...
So you've been watching... Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should... There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss... Oh, the opera's about to start.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling.
I assume you've been outside for a while.
Oh! You noticed! Seems Farina...
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the base. Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her... We may have to create a situation in which she will have no...
Oh?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the...
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that...
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then... If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but... This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The But who will lend...
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what family should do. Sit.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me?
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as...
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss... As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand, and used on the spot.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would...
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice.
I see. And what do...
He is glad that you consider him your boss.
In that case, do any of you have experience?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lin...
I've also gone diving to catch...
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine, though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the... Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in a trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now...
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will... Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing...
Calm and steady.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic...
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any...
That makes sense. You usually solve problems, but I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more...
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the... If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that...
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it.
So are...
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on but we shall require much more courage than any hunter to
Oh, so that...
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on. Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone... it's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for...
Who's that voice?
Huh. Have you forgotten...
Wait. You are familiar.
The voice from the sky, I fear you're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previous. Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim. The prophecy. Yes, what has been
What? Then...
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Teyvat so easily be changed? Ah. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, are the things that you shall see different from...
What is she talking about? It all...
I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only... This was good tea, by the way.
The voice. What? I want to hear someone... Alright. Hey, it's you!
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter. Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that. Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come...
Did she have pink hair by any...
Why, yes, it was Charlotte. I assume you've heard... I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but...
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something...
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before... Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold, if you ask...
Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N since... But I've never met her. And if she were still alive, she'd be... well...
Whoa. The Hexen Zirkel sounds like a scary group. But they must...
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing...
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but... perhaps it is something that you cannot... Traveler, Paimon?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now.
I see. I feel that. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. But even so, I still hope for, and believe in. Perhaps that's what N was trying to tell you. I did originally think of steering clear of all that.
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only... I suppose that might be why we always seem...
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly feels like going... Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to... stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report, a blind adventurer with their white fairy legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this... So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us, she hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us at the sub... Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those have...
Accelerating.
We're here! Paimon's hungry. Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we tried it! Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go. Paimon's sure it'll...
1 slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It's...
Wait, did he really say...
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me,
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake?
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe...
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, still, no, it's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's...
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression...
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me. She said that humans are creatures that are sad. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood.
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. Paimon... It's more delicious than last time! And the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food.
What did you want exactly?
Forget about me. This is about...
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote?
Ha! You've got some nerve!
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a... It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended.
Really? Oh,
you're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a...
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
A friend of ours met you a while back, and when she mentioned it, we thought of coming to see you.
Ah, so you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive...
Huh? So your article...
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is...
Yeah, are we even...
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it.
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat when you have the...
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor and... Whew, so much to get done.
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow?
Huh, that's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it all. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, it might be... So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still and then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon... I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic. But I do love my job. And I'd be proud of... But anyway, that's my answer. And...
That's so nice. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat, that would be... No, Paimon should ask if you could choose. We've always been moving to the next destinations. You mean, still traveling? Huh. What? Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long. But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for sure. It's not...
Ah, so the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the fortress. Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée...
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally... Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis. And before she could respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure that...
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel
So what happened after that? Is Farina okay?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that the Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch Lady Farina.
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right. The marechaussee has dispatched many people to... That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god, after all. Even if she were to fall into... Good. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to tell you about the situation.
Don't worry, this is more than enough.
Ah, is that so?
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Farina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. And as we also know, she may be... When Nervalet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, it would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the pup. Paimon thinks Farina's probably taken the opportunity to slip away to Poisson. Huh! Well, what do you think? In that case, there's not a moment to lose. This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible. Ah, that's Farina, right over there.
Should I just give up? This is all what was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry. But what can I even do other than to repeat? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. It's just that.
So it is you, blonde traveler from an...
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you?
What do you mean, tear stains? Who did that uncivilized rabble? They even dare to tout their Archon! I must teach them a lesson. Oh, and I'm sure Neuvillette and those people from the
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are... They're just some rabid that's against the rules. I can't let them get their...
Farina just ran off! Quick, we have to catch up with her! This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to Paimon before the...
What?
Hurry, they're almost here!
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening? The ground...
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be. It's happened.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Neuvillette's made some emergency plans, so the
Yeah. But the people of Poisson...
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. But all my efforts proved to be futile. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way. Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. Indeed, I've thought about giving up so many times. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart, but just now, it all became clear to me. As long as the final moment hasn't come, don't worry. I will. Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the Don't take any of what I just said seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being...
Share That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone. A witness. Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the and if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage...
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my... Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the...
So, this is what it is. Yes. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice.
May I interpret these words as your refusal to... In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
You would draw your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an arc?
Wow, how utterly...
Lady Farina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always...
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my I will admit that I've been running away. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the... You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me.
But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true me. This time, I will. Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and, mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Woohoo! Oh, now we're making... Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she... Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking...
All right, then. Who will be my...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that so? Very well. Then... Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question, just how much work did you do to
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would like... So, we arranged for a second group.
So, you mean... the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from...
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the great...
That's right. That house was a magic box, rather than someone's residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Erin was an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary...
You're well...
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the...
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure... Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without...
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the...
Thank you.
As for you, Traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me... You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd... Oh? It's fine. It matters not. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte! Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive... Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of... So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our... Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the I didn't think this is the first time a Fatui Harbinger. According to... I nearly lost my... The words of someone as...
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, Nervylette. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still have... Of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the act...
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking her duty, but...
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead guilty? Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything...
Yeah, even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Farina can be super irresponsible.
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its face. If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the god of justice that you will...
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? You have to not only refute Farina's claims, but also
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If I was not the Archon...
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that...
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink...
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of a... But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not...
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina is actually...
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell you...
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have... Besides, Everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. God, for centuries, manifestations of one need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the endemnitium that is used in every aspect.
You tried to reference the Oratrice. But weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared child to be—
Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the gods are not—
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law, you will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue—
I never thought you'd—
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina. I've merely reiterated—
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestation—
The real Hydro Archon. It is true that I did not know why but the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally. You can't argue that just because a divine
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able—
My power as an Archon. There are many ordinary citizens in the audience. How can I just carelessly demonstrate—
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my—
You don't need to go that far.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or is—
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people. Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone—
Isn't that?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's—
Hey, come now, everyone! Please, I'm still the same Farina you knew, right? Please?
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has—
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too? And all of our—
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the— If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you—
Wow, she came up with yet another argument! That doesn't sound right. Paimon doesn't— that doesn't— It has been established that all Fontainians—
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use—
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, including those of some of my So, Miss Farina, would you— If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching the seawater— But, if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people— I do hope he'll act prudently and choose the simpler path.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for—
If Lady Farina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontainian like all the rest of us.
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution, as it falls outside the realm of standard court procedure.
Well, of course he had to tell her that, but refusing to
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word.
What's going on? Is she really planning to...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina, you...
Hey!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved! Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon! I'm nothing like a normal human who would fall apart as soon as they touch this water! Really?
Miss Siegewien? If you are present, Miss Siegewien, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siegewien?
Don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds. That should be enough.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the...
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms of hypervenom. She was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected,
Thank you, Miss Siegewien. Lady Farina.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved!
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a... However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human. We don't want anyone else to lose their...
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, you secured a low concentration. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used.
I can't believe... Listen to me, everyone! Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks! Think about it! How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't... Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare... Please, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your Archon!
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against...
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think...
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice?
No, the Oratrice also displays.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict... To be punished via the death sentence.
That's actually one of the available sentences?
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person?
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to eat...
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to is this sentence really appropriate for the crime?
Yeah! Even Mache wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances.
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly excessive, very poor, but now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the time.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it. I assume...
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me.
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave private...
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me up, but has the trial already concluded? Then...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has...
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no. So when you say Hydro Archon, do you mean the real...
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates. The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon. Does that mean that Fontainians are tricked? The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon... This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontaine... The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded... That reminds Paimon. Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontainians have... We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at...
We know from the case... And the first stone slate tells us that this might be the reason that Fontaine... Perhaps what is about to take place has the true sin of the Hydro Archon that... and the original sin cast down on the people...
That doesn't sound quite...
It's not as simple as falling in... When Navia fell into the sea, the stone slates show the people gathered around the...
That doesn't sound...
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society. The fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded. If we hadn't dealt with it in time...
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow... The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that hers... Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was surrounded by... The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meropide was the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass no matter... The stone slate's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together... it now, but then it feels like...
Let's hear them.
Incredible. Linny, did you hear that?
We're...
All Fontainians were originally created by the late The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontainians could dissolve in primordial seawater. And how all the... Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she all...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by creating... That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be...
The Hydro Archon's true sin was created...
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around.
Yeah! Isn't the image here just like when Navia fell? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea when, in the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters? Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already managed to connect. However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also... When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded. Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt.
Well?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainians and the sin of the... In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanid's blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race, and thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
So we were all
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sent.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontaine.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, a key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individual. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal, you may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded. Therefore, the meaning of that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon. Yes, it refers to our.
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, in truth, everything we've done has happened.
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled.
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy about the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served. However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could. As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe. This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come.
It was both dream.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root.
It's way too close! How did that thing just burst into the Opera House? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it is chosen. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that... It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for... And once it has finished consuming all of the energy...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontainians...
Precisely. That whale finds the Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make...
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case...
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we... Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy...
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and
That's... We've already done everything we can, and we even found the We've come so far. You can't just...
Indeed. That's not how a grand performance should...
I'll fight it to the end. No matter what.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Yes. Just as prophecies are usually only the future, as ultimately, fate shall serve as your only...
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina! No, I still need answers.
You...
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too...
You are not Farina.
Ah, the sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A short...
Fosolo. What?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. The heavenly
Deceiving the...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that, One defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I had to outwit the heavenly principles. Allow the I'm a genius, I know. I can only although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of—
So you were also once one of the Oceanids?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And she could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could. But in my eyes, Furina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human and— Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan— Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Furina to be an actress. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady. I suppose now you probably understand why—
But Furina is only human. Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me— It's been 500, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and—
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, I understand. All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Oh, do not jest. Can you not feel it? I am Focalor. The eyes of countless Fontainians are upon me. Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
Insulation chamber deployed.
Propagate! Get them!
Annihilation mode. Cleanup sequence initiated.
Scatter!
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Let me weave you a verse.
Defensive mode engaged.
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this...
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That...
Mirror me?
The prophecy.
What prophecy? Wait. The people will all be dissolved into the waters. And only...
Oh.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember...
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster...
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them.
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world I will tell you how to save everyone, but...
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that. But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? So, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other.
I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has...
Play as...
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But
how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You being a human yourself, I'm sure you already know what such... Remember, your true challenge will not be...
I'm still not sure I understand, but... So, how long am I...
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, but I promise you, all will...
A trial, huh? how exciting. The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession. What should I say to most appear like a god? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will as the god Focalor, the god of just once again. Thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggest this should do. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully I was able to
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being right? Mirmi said that I just need to play the calm down, Farina. Think, assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One... Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage. Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut. Now then, let it—
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and... My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. The scales of justice in the hands of its god. On one side, it must care. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. Oh, so long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as...
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now, was I not just... Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking for.
If I may be so impertinent...
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous trial.
That's true, I Fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties. The trial.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say. Thank you for...
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Oh, I'm afraid that... All right. Deoteria, is it? How...
You remembered? He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience.
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future...
You're such a gentle and wise god.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters...
I see. It's as I thought, then. As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see all manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it. That's not something you...
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute...
Really? Have they...
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective solution.
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has... The day is finally over. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. Maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going. All right, Farina.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary.
There'll be no need for that.
Lady Farina, I've waited...
Indeed, my dear, loyal citizen.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should... I don't think I just don't know. I feel utterly exhausted.
Lady Farina, it's like a dream. I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria.
And what a fine family yours is indeed. It brings me great
Sure.
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
Uh-huh. This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god.
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power.
Hundreds of years must have passed by now. I never imagined that have I reached my limit. I want to tell someone, anyone, about I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. All I can do is keep heart. I must.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are...
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose. Just share it with me.
A witness. Yes. And if Tevat is in its entirety. If that's... She's right. I could confide, but if things don't play out as expected... No, Farina. You shouldn't be... But what if... Oh, Farina, you've worked so hard for... Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone... If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, think about it. Long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance.
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the...
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly... She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in... It seems that trusting humanity was...
I believe that I understand how your deception works. How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Linny did mention that he heard a human voice within... It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine.
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so with... Alas, your understanding of this device... In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is... Oh, you have it. And to be more precise... I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy my work over these last 500 years has been... But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy... The vast majority has been... had to be...
It was all a part of your plan, then?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have... But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the...
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina... The destruction of that divine throne... If I do not misunderstand...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the
But...
Oh, what? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragons.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my... Hydro Dragon. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principle. Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles. I, for my part, am the god of justice. Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies. So, if the theft of the primordials, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, in other words, existence was Egeria's justice, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people. At this point, we, whether it be myself, Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power.
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, at last, in the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about You are a devious one. Things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Iudex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feel.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved,
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that.
Didn't you say just a moment ago?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to... We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, the root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enact... Come with me, Traveler. The owl... done my best to separate the power. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall return the way together.
Accelerating.
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Rain outlines your fate.
You're toast!
Defensive mode engaged.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself.
Insulation chamber deployed.
Germinate! Scatter! Into the butt!
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Time to...
Preparing for dust up.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... Oh, it was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's... Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
That power.
Paimon has an idea. From what she... It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the...
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devour... That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it. All in all, it failed.
Miss Skirk?
The point being...
Well, being that this pet... So what sort of person is your master?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. So, his name is Sir Tologi.
I am unfamiliar.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I
The foul?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhyme Doctor's part of the Hexen Circle.
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my... But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhindaughter. They are both pursuing some...
Wait! Didn't you also mention
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface... In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now...
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has...
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Furina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle! It didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
The soil renewed. The Svina Divasula attacks. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom. Skyship winglet. Booner. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. People always call the first research. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship.
Paimon's curious too!
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let...
Oh, it's you. What brings you...
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snežević. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supply. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a...
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just have...
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbor?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be...
Huh? You're here?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well...
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know...
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better...
I see you're the same as always.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo...
How did it go? Was it a good shot?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more... All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness... Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview...
Wow, you really do have that...
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess, too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillet, and he told you...
That's a
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards... I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now, and tell me if you hear anything interesting.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the...
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom are...
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust...
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. Miss Charlotte.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier.
Sir, please don't say...
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might...
No, I just... This is my...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've the boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh! Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another...
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another...
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do...
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink?
Ah, Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't... Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but...
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun.
I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young...
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face...
Oh, actually, what about...
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and... As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. All right. Last stop, the docks. Victoria mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange...
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to
trick a friend. I wonder which of...
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by...
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact?
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step.
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contribution.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So...
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave...
A diplomatic gift?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it up, it could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying... Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're...
I would agree, but I've also heard that... It seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant...
So there's some reason for this, though.
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which...
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the Nate.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance.
Are you going to take the gnosis back?
That is our duty as Harbinger. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can... As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision?
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the...
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. I guess this must be life. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see how Nicolette's doing? As long as he's not... entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there! You really are here, Nicolette! I didn't think you were going to have free time to...
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to... In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for... Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite...
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you in... But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontaine...
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally...
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true. What? Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of... As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption...
Guess Focalor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real human. Hang on a second. Paimon said back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children that...
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontaine...
Yeah! Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters...
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new...
Paimon sorta gets it now.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it—
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be—
a nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development, and Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravaged. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from the Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of—
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon still got— When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that we guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you—
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. So regarding this specific issue, I was—
what is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry—
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal is— I can finally catch the scent of your power. What it's made. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons. But with something very similar. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what you—
Of course. You should have the remains of the third descender on your—
Remains?
According to your—
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, but I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you—
I've been training with my master, the Fowl, ever since I was young, and I have never returned. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of calm. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bond—
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my— person.
This third descender you refer to, who are they?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just— If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pat—
Next time. You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not.
The remains of the— So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked—
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what—
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the—
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary— I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental ability. I wonder.
Like being able to use No, let's not think about this stuff right now. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true.
All right. Whatever the case is.
Yes. All of...
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through...
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, life flows like water, and rain is the final... And what, ultimately, is the difference